Craven book was previously a major force in the comic book distribution industry, but it has since diminished significantly and has far lower employee turnover rate. The farm, which began as a tiny operation managed by a young guy who brought and allowed comic book to flourish into thriving enterprise with a warehouse and a staff. But by the late 1990s, the business had achieved its pinnacle and achievement, and it has deteriorated into shell of what it was, although it has unclear what meant by a computer horror story. The case make inferences that one exists. It may be connected to a cyber attack and issue with the business IT infrastructure, or sometimes something else entirely. The writer seems eager to learn more about this computer horror story, but it's unclear what exactly led to the company dismissed. The case doesn't disclose enough detail to comprehend the entire scope of the issue and the reason behind the company fall, and it's unclear whether the business will engage any IT initiative or whether the system were up to date. The purpose of this research is objectively examine the problem that Craven book is now experiencing and to offer suggestions for workable remedies to the company's downfall. The study will begin by giving background information about the business and how it operates. Then it will analyze the specific problem the business is now facing, the evaluation of the cases lesson, and how they might be used to create better information system will also be included in the report. Finally, the report will include the suggestion of resolving the difficulties that have been discovered, along with the strategy for doing so that caused the decline, and the lesson discovered from the case will both taken into account in suggestion. An action plan for putting this suggestion into practice and gauging the effectiveness of the adopted fix will also be included in the report. This report objective is to offer mindful information and track plan to assist Craven book in overcoming in its current difficulties and remaining its position as a market leader in the distribution of comic books.
Shareholders and their expectation or interest towards this case. It has joined the folder of Craven books, the employees of Craven books, the publishers, the customers, the banks, the shareholders, the competitors, and the journalists. Firstly, John, the founder of Craven books. He has a vested interest in the success and profitability of the company, as well as the preservation of his reputation as a successful businessman. Second, the employees of Craven books, they have an interest in job security, fair compensation, and a positive work environment. The publishers, they have an interest in maintaining a profitable relationship with Craven books, as the company is a significant distributor of their comics. For the customer, they have an interest in being able to purchase high quality comics and other materials from Craven books at a fair price. The banks, they have an interest in the financial stability and creditworthiness of Craven books, as they may have lended the company money in the past or maybe considering doing so in the future. 6. The shareholders, they have an interest in the finance performance of the company and the return of their investment. 7. The competitors, they have an interest in the performance of Craven books, as the company's success or further could impact their own market share and profitability. 8. The journalists, they have an interest in uncovering and reporting on the story of Craven books and the computer horror story mentioned in the case. It warrants noting that not all shareholders will have the same level of interest or expectation on the case, and some of these interests and expectations may be in conflict.
Now, we will discuss the next topic is main issue of case. This topic has two main purposes, which is the company correction and computer horror narrative. First is the company correction is the main problem in this case. The company was once successful, but have since seen a deadline with a decrease in employee and revenue. The reason for the correction is unclear due to limited information provided in the case, but could be due to factors such as increased commitment, change in customer behavior, or poor management decision. The next issue of the lawsuit mentioned a computer horror narrative, but it means unclear. It may be connected to a cyber text, a problem with the business IT infrastructure, or something else entirely. For example, the case lacks information about the company IT initiated and system update made it challenging to determine the full scope of the problem and the cause of the company downfall. This lack of information made it difficult to effectively identify the issue and provide a solution. Next, case is lack of action. The case offers not detail on the steps taken by the firm or the shareholder to address the issue and prevent the company determined. Finally, the case is unacceptable because the account is fictitious. It is unclear as to what actually caused the issue and what the company's actual condition was.
The lesson from the Craven book. First, put your business first. This lesson explains that it's crucial to put the requirement and goal of the business first when creating or implementing an information system. This can assist guarantee that the system will be used successfully to support business activities and that it will be in line with the company overall strategy and objective. An entrepreneur's primary objective in any venture they take on is to turn a profit. But before taking any action to accomplish a goal, every entrepreneur has to consider its truth. The quality is a quality that every entrepreneur has to possess in order to prevent events from occurring that are unfavorable to the company. In other words, business owner must plan ahead by anticipating what will happen to their company if a certain action is required. For example, Craven should not have done what he did in the Craven bookstore situation. Craven made the decision that he wanted to use new technological technique to improve his company. With the help of this system, they are able to handle order, conduct transaction, handle bookkeeping, and warehouse goods entirely within the system. This change is intended to guarantee that clients receive higher quality service. It's not incorrect to use Craven implementation as one of your business growth methods. Craven made a mistake by concentrating just on his financial success and disregarding the future of his company. Craven failed to do a safety assessment of the system prior to its installation. He was reliant solely on the consulting firm software since he was unable to identify the proper IT system. As a result, the use of information technologies has future hurt the company. Craven bookstore had to lay off 60% of its workforce, and it lost regular customers. The corporation also lost $1 million as a result of its spending. Therefore, party management must first assess the system in order to create a suitable information system for company. The management must also present a well-structured strategy so that the project may be carried out in a more planned manner. Every company must perform a project check as a first step to guarantee the efficiency of an information system. The strategy is used so that the company may operate for a long time without suffering a significant loss. Even if it takes time to reach the objective, starting a business proves that it is possible to manage a successful company if the owner is patient and not in a rush. Number 2. Simplify your business before computerizing. This lesson implies that prior to putting an information system in place, it is crucial to streamline and simplify company operation. By doing this, you may simplify the system, increase its effectiveness, and make it easier for users to use. This might assist to guarantee that the system is suitable for the purposes of the company and the staff can utilize it efficiently. For example, among the components of the new system for Craven that were unsuccessful, this bookshop is currently undergoing evolution. The new system at Craven bookstore has a flaw in that the computer frequently calculates the weights of their book incorrectly because the computer system state weights are incorrect. Customers have been irate as a result, and the company's performance has suffered. As a result, business might be able to provide one document that contains information regarding the weight and dimension of products. The reason for this is that the computer is a data storage device and not a skill. In this manner, updating the data source for entry into the computer system is all that is required when constructing an information system. It will simplify business and help to prevent error. Number 3. Take one step at a time. This lecture emphasizes the need to create and deploy an information system slowly rather than attempting to do it all at once. By doing so, you may lessen risk and make sure the system is created and put into use in a controlled and managed manner. The lesson is that Craven Book consistently modified their opinion on the ideal system. They occasionally desire one thing and afterward decide other ones. Craven Book accomplishes a lot in a short period of time, causing them to lose track of the error. John Mentor, their consultant, claimed that Craven Book first failed to recognize the type of technology they need. As a result, the consultant modified the system to meet Craven Book requirement. But in the end, nobody is content since Craven Book didn't give their demand any touch. Craven Book requests the consultant to suggest a different course of action when things didn't turn out as they had hoped. Prior to the creation of the system information technology, Craven Book should conduct strategic planning in order to address the issue encountered and maintain their competitive position in the market. Prior to the consultation process, careful planning is necessary so that the firm may establish the goal it wants to achieve while introducing a new system. Number 4. Standard packages are less risky. According to this lesson, adopting commercially available software packages may be less dangerous than creating a unique system. Many other firms have utilized and tested standard packages, which can lower the likelihood of mistakes and flaws. Additionally, they frequently have a large user base and greater support, which might assist to guarantee the system dependability and usability. A personalized solution is the second choice. This entails early programming. If you are fortunate, a system that suits your demand will be provided, but it's pricey, which is a drawback because it doesn't actually require such a mature. Craven Book picked the combination of the two choices, which is the basic package adjusted by the consultant. A danger exists for Craven Book if things do not turn out as a plan since, in the end, it must be the duty of the customer to work on the system they request. Has increasing complex system provide more and more potential for error to occur. However, Craven Book claimed that the consultant did not implement the system properly, and as a result, sales began to decline. For the system, Craven Book has invested up to £4 million. Therefore, Craven Book should take into account a system that is similar to the way their business operations are conducted, as well as talk with the team and assess the issue at hand to make the decision of software easier without putting their company at a high risk. Number 5. Do not believe supplier or consultant. This experience illustrated that it's crucial to exercise caution when choosing and working with vendor and consultant and to conduct your own investigation into them. This can assist to guarantee that the system will fulfill your demand and goal and that you are receiving the most value for your money. We can see that Craven Book choice to purchase the equipment from the provider while also attempting to obtain further guidance from the consultant was a sound one. However, the problem with Craven Book is that they lack any pre-implementation research and were to rely on consultant and vendor. The failure of the Craven Book project was caused in part by consultants who could not comprehend the need and design of Craven Book. Additionally, consultants create systems with data processing capabilities that surpass those of more conventional manual systems. As a result, the program does not comply with Craven Book standard. Craven Books can consider all of the consultant opinion and recommendation, but they should talk to the manager supervisor and consider any potential repercussion. Additionally, Craven Book should make sure that they select a consultant with the most comprehensive understanding of system installation. It's critical to comprehend their requirement for selecting a provider or your demand must be addressed, and this depends on the correct software consultant. For instance, the consultant advised Craven Book to use the current system. However, this suggestion failed to help Craven Book achieve his intended goal and objective.
In conclusion, in order to prevent decline and collapse, the campus books example emphasizes the significance of appropriate management, monitoring, and investment in the company operation. Component horror story. The case connected to a cyber attack, an issue with the business IT infrastructure, or something else entirely. The objectives are reveal the problem that current books encounter, essences the lesson learned from the case and how they may be used to create better information system, and offer suggestion for you solving the difficult found, along with strategy for putting this suggestion into practice. The suggestions are means to address the underlying cause of issue, boost productivity, cut expenses, boost sales, and improve market competitiveness. The corporation should also think about using cutting-edge technology or business strategy that follow the current market trends. The business must regularly monitor and assess the solution it has put into place in order to determine their success and make the required corrections.